This message is for all the parents and adult leaders of Boy Scouts who, after careful consideration, and because of the changes made to policy by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, allowing gays to become Boy Scouts, have made the decision to leave. Nice. Way to stand up for your moral principles and set a great example for your kids and the scouts in your troop who look up to you for guidance. Well, show them what's right. Boy Scouts was wrong to change the policy banning gays. Allowing homosexuals to be youth members sends a signal that alternative sexual lifestyles are okay. We have strong moral principles. When others don't agree with us, we either shut them out or go away. So when people don't agree with our understanding of morality, we'll just tell them, you don't belong here. And if they refuse to play by our rules, I'm just going to take my ball and go home. All right, sarcasm aside, let's get serious. A few weeks ago, I did a piece on this subject. I posted it the week that the Boy Scouts were holding their delegation to vote on whether or not to lift the ban on gay Boy Scouts. A basic premise of the commentary was that this was a suicide mission for scouting. No matter how the vote would go, the Boy Scouts were doomed. If they had voted to keep the policy as is, excluding gay Boy Scouts, they would eventually be taken apart from without. The ACLU would sink their legal teeth in and wouldn't have let go until there was nothing left. If they voted, as they did, to allow openly gay boys to be Boy Scouts, while at the same time continuing to exclude adult homosexual membership, they would implode from within, as we can see is beginning to happen. Some large organizations that have been supporting scouting, chartering individual Boy Scout troops, are pulling out. Many troops are facing a plague of resignations. I know of one local Boy Scout troop where most of the committee members, from the scoutmaster on down, have announced they are leaving when the new policy takes effect on January 1st, 2014. Being an Eagle Scout has always been a major accomplishment for boys. It could really make a big difference in the course of their lives, showing the world what they're capable of. Looks great on a resume. There must be a lot of boys across America that were on track to become Eagle Scouts, that have learned that it just doesn't matter anymore now that they've let the gays in. The truly painful thing about all this is that it really just doesn't have to be this way. And it shouldn't matter one bit what your opinion is about homosexuality, because for all practical purposes, whether they allow gays in or not, there has always been a general rule about sex in scouting. It's not allowed. So what difference does it make? Scouts doesn't promote sexual behavior of any kind. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. You just don't. Abstinence. Save it for marriage. Sexual morality is not on the scouting agenda. There are no merit badges for sexual issues. That's something that you learn at home, and we don't talk about it around the campfire. So, now that you've left the troop and pulled your kid out, what are you going to do about all the other places where there might be gays around? Does your school have a policy about excluding gays? No? No. Okay. You can just homeschool your kids. Does Little League allow gays? How about the workplaces where your kid might get a summer job? Are you going to boycott the whole world? Build a 10-foot-high brick wall around your house and never go out? The leadership at Boy Scouts of America needs to get busy and do some quality PR work soon. If they don't, the great tradition of Boy Scouts of America is going to be lost forever. Someone from up on high in the ranks of Boy Scouts leadership needs to step on up to the microphone and affirm for all the world to see that the Boy Scouts of America stands firm on moral principles. Two primary ones that come to mind are that they don't discriminate. Every boy deserves to be a Boy Scout. and that any sexual behavior outside of marriage between one man and one woman is morally wrong. Boy Scouts does not and should not ever advocate any type of sexual activity. And Boy Scouts should never, ever discriminate against anyone, whether or not they agree on that person's positions on moral behavior. So, to all of the organizations and to the parents and to the adult Boy Scout leaders who think the right thing to do now is to leave Boy Scouts over this issue, I beg you, please, don't abandon these kids. Boy Scouting has always been just about the best thing going for helping young boys to develop character and to chart a good course for their lives. If we pull out and let it crumble and we lose Boy Scouts forever, what are all these boys going to be doing? Just think about it. When we stick with truth and do what's right, things have a way of working themselves out. It really is just that simple.
This has been a Sunfish production.